Prince Harry appeared in a UK courtroom this week as part of his ongoing legal battle against a major British newspaper publisher, and his testimony took a deeply personal turn when he mentioned his former girlfriend, Chelsy Davy. The moment drew widespread attention, as it highlighted not only the legal arguments at the heart of the case, but also the emotional impact years of intense media scrutiny had on his private life. The Duke of Sussex is one of several high-profile figures involved in the lawsuit, which centers on allegations that journalists used unlawful methods to gather private information. The case has become one of the most significant legal challenges to the British tabloid press in recent years, raising questions about privacy, ethics, and the limits of press freedom. While much of the hearing focused on legal technicalities, Harry's personal testimony brought the human consequences of media intrusion into sharp focus. During his appearance in court, Prince Harry spoke openly about the strain the press placed on his relationship with Chelsy Davy, whom he dated on and off for several years in the 2000s. He described how constant media attention made it nearly impossible for them to live a normal life. According to Harry, certain newspaper articles contained details that should never have been accessible to reporters, leaving both him and Davy feeling exposed and vulnerable. Harry told the court that the level of coverage went far beyond public interest reporting. He recalled how photographers and journalists seemed to know where they were at all times, often appearing unexpectedly and publishing stories that suggested continuous monitoring. This created an environment of anxiety and distrust, not just for him, but for those close to him. He explained that the pressure placed on Davy was particularly severe, as she was not born into royal life and had not chosen the spotlight. One of the most striking elements of Harry's testimony was his description of how the coverage affected Davy emotionally. He said she felt as though she was being watched and followed, comparing the experience to being hunted. The relentless attention, he explained, made it difficult for her to feel safe or independent, and ultimately contributed to the breakdown of their relationship. For Harry, the experience reinforced how damaging unchecked media behavior could be. The court heard that some of the articles in question included intimate details about Harry's personal life, including aspects of his relationship that were never publicly shared. Harry argued that such information could only have been obtained through inappropriate means. He firmly rejected the idea that close friends or family members would have betrayed his trust, stating that the publication of such details left him questioning how journalists acquire their information. Harry also reflected on the broader culture surrounding the royal family and the press. For much of his life, he said, he was expected to remain silent in the face of negative or intrusive reporting. The long-standing approach of avoiding public confrontation with the media left him feeling powerless, especially as stories continued to circulate without challenge. He told the court that it took years before he felt able to push back and seek accountability. The mention of Chelsy Davy added a deeply personal dimension to the proceedings, reminding observers that the case is not only about legal principles, but also about the long-term effects of public exposure. Harry explained that the experience shaped how he viewed relationships, privacy, and trust. He suggested that the lessons learned during that period influenced later decisions in his life, including his desire to protect his family from similar treatment. While the defense has denied any wrongdoing, arguing that the information was obtained through lawful journalistic practices, Harry maintained that the pattern of reporting pointed to something more troubling. He emphasized his goal is not to restrict legitimate journalism, but to challenge practices that cross ethical and legal boundaries. According to him, powerful media organizations must be held accountable when their actions cause harm. The courtroom exchange also reignited debate about the balance between press freedom and individual privacy. Supporters of Harry argue that the case exposes systemic issues within parts of the tabloid industry, where competition for headlines can override basic standards of decency. Critics, however, contend that public figures must accept a certain level of scrutiny. Harry addressed this argument directly, stating that being a public figure should not mean surrendering all rights to personal privacy. Beyond the immediate legal implications, Harry's testimony offered rare insight into the personal toll of growing up under constant media attention. He spoke about how the stress of being watched affected his mental health and relationships, suggesting that the impact lingered long after the headlines faded. By mentioning Davy in court, he underscored that the consequences extended beyond himself to people who never sought fame. As the trial continues, the outcome could have far-reaching implications for both media organizations and public figures in the UK. A ruling in favor of the claimants could lead to closer scrutiny of journalistic practices and reinforce existing privacy protections. Regardless of the verdict, the case has already sparked renewed conversation about how far the press should be allowed to go in pursuit of a story. Prince Harry's decision to speak candidly about his past relationship in such a formal setting highlights how personal the case has become. It also reflects his broader mission to challenge what he sees as harmful media behavior. By sharing these experiences, he has shifted the focus from abstract legal arguments to real human stories, giving the public a clearer understanding of what is at stake. Ultimately, the mention of Chelsy Davy in court served as a reminder that behind every headline is a private life affected by its consequences. Whether the trial results in legal change or not, Harry's testimony has already left a lasting impression, shedding light on the emotional cost of relentless media intrusion and the enduring struggle for privacy in the public eye.